just forgetting, and hearts just regretting. And now our fire's climbing higher.
Good morning, Cameron. Good morning, Selena. How are you getting on today? Right, Ali had an 8 o'clock call this morning. Markets were a little bit volatile. JPY managed to catch a lot of debt from the US dollar yesterday, so let's see what that's doing today. I'm going through all of these currency pairs. Some of them are setting up pretty good. JPY obviously was quite strong this morning. It was like 9 bars of strength. Now it's dropped down to 4, but we've seen this before. JPY has always been our favorite currency pair to be on. There was loads of news this morning on the JPY. They run at 7:30 this morning, but that's all cleared at the moment. So Euro, I'm going to stay away from the Euro as much as I possibly can because it doesn't look great for the Euro today. Let's have a look at the currency. Euro is strong, but I simply do not believe that number or those bars that is telling me what the strength is. Okay, so Cameron, yeah, I know, Cameron, yeah, 1, 3, yeah. Honestly, it was. He had 3 areas, set up 3 areas, and it still didn't hit those areas. Just carried on going through them. So you're going to find a little bit of volatility today. Markets are consolidating a lot, but we'll see what we can find. Let's see what's happening on this. It's all about following the trail line anyway, waiting for those bounce backs. Absolutely cool. A lot of news today on that. Tomorrow, that's going to be an absolute nightmare tomorrow. So that's what I'm not doing tomorrow at all. Okay. Right. Okay. So as you can tell, Euro had a little bit, it did fluctuate this morning, started coming back up, and now it does seem to be going on a bearish trend. Okay, because AUD is getting a little bit stronger. Euro, I simply just don't believe this currency strength. Okay, so I'm going to look through, I'm going to check the JPYs to start with, just to make sure that we're, what I'm saying is actually correct. Because at the moment, AUD seems to be taking over the JPY a little bit. It's been on a bearish, bullish trend for quite a bit. Let me look at CAD JPY. CAD JPY doesn't seem to have affected it. Price does need to come down on CAD JPY. A little bit of strength, more strength on the CAD. It's not too bad. So I'm just going through these one by one just to make sure that we can trade the JPYs. Okay, Chef JPY. That was 1 bar this morning, so that's how much it's gone up. Euro JPY. Another zone that we hit this morning. Okay, let's get rid of these. Wow. Okay. So we're looking at Euro JPY on this. Did go up, started coming back down a bit. The label was there. So, okay. So we might find something on Euro JPY. I'm not going to trade with the Euro. Just absolutely forget that one to start with. JPY is getting stronger. Okay. GBP JPY. Okay. They're all doing the same. They're all doing the same. New Zealand JPY, that's coming down as well. USD JPY. Okay, apart from USD JPY. That's in that's the one that's not actually following the rules. Okay. Okay, so do you know what? One day I'm gonna call one of yous out on this. I'm gonna ask one of you to find a currency pair just to see how good you are. Let's see what you can find out. I'm not gonna do it now. I'm gonna do it one day next week or so. So be wary of it. Okay, AUD USD. USD is getting strength. I firmly believe that USD is doing this. Yeah. Okay. So AUD USD at the moment. Right. Let's find that on our pocket options. Let's see what the percentages are. AUD USD. 87% on AUD USD. Looks like it's coming on a bearish trend. If it comes through the trail line, most candles off that should follow it through, but we're getting a bit of a bounce back. Okay, so I don't necessarily think this is going to go through, even though price is still quite low at the moment on the market. It may come out of the overbought area and go back into it, which it probably is doing now. Checking the 1 minute just to make sure that, yeah, okay, so we're going to have a sort of a bullish uptrend for the time being on that. Not the end of the world. I will just try and find something else, but I do like the look of this. It does look like it's on a bearish trend, but it hasn't gone through the trail line yet. So I'm going to probably sit here and wait for that. We'll look at the 1 minute, one sec. Okay, right, it has gone through on the 1 minute. And everything. Let me see what it's telling me on the oscillators. Oof. 2 neutrals. They probably were buys to start with. They've gone neutral, so they could technically be, if you can look on this, the meter's actually trying to hit the sell line. So I'm quite happy to stay here and wait for this because I want it to go through the trail line before we could pick anything up. Okay, so AUD is technically the weakest, USD is the strongest. So we're going to be changing it for 3 minutes fixed, waiting for this to go through the trail line. If it goes through it, I'm going to take it for 3 minutes. Does look pretty good at the moment. It is setting up 3 consistent candles coming down, going through the trail line now. Hopefully this one will continue going through. Wait for those pullbacks. If it starts pulling back, obviously it's giving you a better price at the moment. Price is still quite low. I think price is going to start to come down. Let me just see on my indicator on here. Okay, so it looks like it's coming down. If you have managed to take an entry on this, well done. Like I said, it went through the trail line. I was always going to confirm that I was going to take a trade to go back down. If you have taken one, it seems to be going in the right direction at the moment. Remember, 3 minutes fixed. If there's a late entry on this, wait for it to come back up, and then obviously get your entry in, because at the moment this looks like this looks pretty good. If it comes back up, then it's not the end of the world. At the moment, the analysis is correct. The MACD is coming over, the stock line's coming down, and we're going with the trend. It's gone through the trail line, so I'm happy with taking a trade on that. If you did get in, put your entry price in the chat box for us. A good entry would have been at 747 and 742. So if you have managed to take a trade on that, well done, because at the moment it is clearing. 745, absolutely perfect. Selenium 745, Cameron got it in at 737. Do you know what? That's not bad. This is a mega candle. USD is pulling this down. Label hasn't come up because we already had the label's already come up before. So ideally, for the label to come up again, we need a green one to go back up. But I'm not going to sit here and wait for that. I'm jumping straight into this one. Absolutely perfect. Late entries was still a good entry because it's pulled quite a bit actually. It's pulled down quite a lot, to be honest. I mean, that went from 757. It's now at 703. So that's just under 50 points or 50 pips. That's come down. So that's absolutely perfect. Oh my days. 55 seconds left on my trade. I don't know how long you guys have got left on yours. At the moment, it's giving me a little bit downtrend rejection at the moment. Let me check the 1 minute. Let me see where that is. Yeah, because we had a bit of a pullback on that. Had a bit of a pullback on this candle. So obviously that's going to reflect on the 5 minute candle. USD is going. Hopefully there isn't much of a pullback on this. But that did pull a nice candle on the last one. Yeah, it pulled down quite a big candle on the last one. So obviously the bounce back would have been quite high. But hopefully it's not touched your entry points yet. 737, no, not just yet. 745, okay, still in this. Okay, you've managed to clear 2 trades on this. Yeah, that's clear. Let me know when you guys clear, because it looks like it's a little bit quite strong for the USD at the moment, even though there's only 1 bar difference in the currency strengths. But there was always going to be. There you go, Selena. Well done. That's nicely cleared. What's happening on 737? Okay, so you got your 5 points off, still in the clear. Turn back down. Oh my god! From a candle that started off to be the most, confident candle, the confident trade on this is now coming back up to where it decided to be a little bit more risky. So Cameron, you cleared that. Well done. Absolutely perfect. Okay, so that's a clearance. Well done. Every time that candle goes through that trail line, every time. Okay. Right. Let it pull back. Okay. even though it started off as a good candle, ended up being a risky candle. So let's just slow it down a bit. Let's wait for, well, we don't have to because I think it's going now. There's a little bit of resistance on the uptrend. That's why it pulled this down. USD is it actually get right? So USD is actually giving an up arrow at the moment. Let's just see what it does. Again, I don't think anyone would have been quick enough to take an entry on this because it did actually just come straight down. So you wouldn't have had much of a chance to get in on that. But if it goes back up, if you are feeling confident enough, you pause it for 3 seconds and watch this candle come down, and you're already in the trade. Good entry on that, but didn't really have much of a chance when it went from one price and then shot down to another. So obviously, that was a risky trade. Hopefully, this one does start coming back down because the consistency of the MACD and the stock line is actually pretty good, going in our favor. Strong sell, neutral. So a minute ago, this was all neutral, and all of a sudden it changed direction. Okay. At the moment, I am currently clearing 2 trades on this at the moment, but that was literally where it came down and stopped. So, you know, looking at the stock line, the MACD, everything's perfect. It's a good setup. Watching that trail line come down. So hopefully these do clear. Again, if you hit a late entry on this, it doesn't matter because at the moment it's coming down. Price is starting to come back down if you manage to get in on it. Okay. It's coming down. So what's this coming down? USD is doing really well. That's better. You did take an entry, put it in the chat box for us, guys. So let us know what your entry was. I managed to catch an entry at 725 and 724. So they were quite close together, but at the moment it's in the clear by 24 points, 25 points. So yeah, if any of you did take one, let us know in the chat. This is not a bad trade. This one started off as a risky one and then actually got better. This one started off as a good one and got more riskier. So we're in the driving seat on this one because that trail line is now starting to come back down, giving me a little bit of motion coming down. So next candle, hopefully, if we're in the right position, the MACD is about to cross over, and we'll jump in on another 3-minute one because this looks really strong for the bearish trend. That looks absolutely mega, to be honest. And you look at the 1 minute, and it looks absolutely awful. This looks completely different to what I'm looking at on the 5 minute. Look at that. There's consistency and then just a complete mashup of everything. Looks absolutely awful. But, however, it's good. That's okay, so don't worry. Don't matter if you missed that one. It's all right. It's all good. It's all good on that one. We'll wait for the next one. We'll see where we are on candle positioning. Okay, cleared those 2. So that's absolutely perfect. Absolutely perfect. Okay, so any of you did take a one on that, well done. Obviously, if you missed it, don't worry about it. We're going to wait for the next candle. Let's see where we are. If you look, it does look fairly consistent from where our candles are positioned. It does look pretty good for the time being. We are going to be waiting on the next candle. Let me just check the 1 minute. I know it's a mashup, but look at that stock line. Up, down, up, down. It's more consistent in the oversold area. It hasn't really gone back up to the overbought area, so that's kind of a good thing at the moment. There's not really that much strength going up. So we'll sit here and wait on the 5 minute one. Following the trail line, guys. What are you doing? Just following this. We can grab this. We can grab this. Okay, so it hasn't really gone back up. So this is indicating to me that there may well be a lot more strength on the downtrend than what we actually think. Nothing's really pulled back up. It's all come down, gone back up a little bit, but not actually cleared a blue candle. So it's all been red candle so far. Wait for that next trade to hit. Let's see where we are on the positioning. MACD, if you look, is just coming over the top. So we're getting weak uptrend candles. See where we are. Okay. Right, we're still in a good position here because this may well be pulling back. See, look, it doesn't look like there's any strength to it. You got it's going up in little bits, going up in little bits. Okay, so we're getting a pullback. Now it's bouncing back down. Now it's bouncing back down. So we've already got one lot of rejection already in like the first what 20 seconds. It's already pulled up once. Now it's come back up again. It's pulled down again. So already uptrend rejection already. So remember, guys, we use the 3 minutes to our advantage because sometimes you have to allow for the pullbacks. If the pullbacks do occur, then obviously the 3 minutes you'll have plenty of time for that trade to continue going up and then come back down again. All right, it's rejected 3 times already. The rejection at the moment was sat at a price of 712. 712 was the rejection zone. It's done it again. It goes up to that and then comes back down again. So if any of you did manage to catch it at 712, at the moment, looking at it, that's a good trade to have. 712, 708, between 708, 705 at the moment. But anything can happen on these markets because obviously we was lucky to catch these ones coming down. So 712 would have been ideal because that literally sat there for quite a, well, it didn't sit there, it went there and bounced back up. So if you were quick enough to get in, at the moment, the target is 712 to 708. You can get away with 705 at this precise moment in time, but I don't know if you will get away with 705. Again, we're pulling back down. Okay, so I've seen 4 lots of rejection already on this candle. Will it come back to 712? I don't know if it will. If it's gone to 712, it's going to really wow. Okay, so we've got it pushed through the 712 barrier. Okay, that's absolutely fine. At the moment, I don't understand why the stock's doing that because we've still got strength coming down. Neutral, it's about to change direction. A lot of the time you won't get this, but it has done it. Okay, 1 minute. So I'm marking up in my head. Hang on. There's a drop there, right there. There's a drop there. Okay. The area there was quite strong to determine whether or not it wanted to go up or down. So it went down, then went back up. So area is there. Was there? No. I don't know. I don't. Maybe this may actually well be quite a strong pullback. Bearing in mind that you have a lot more strength in the USD. USD is still the strongest. So hopefully this can start coming back down. Price will drop. Probably in the next couple of minutes. I'm hoping that nobody got an early entry on this because it has actually gone the wrong direction, but that's okay. You're always going to get that pullback, and this has happened. So it's not the end of the world. If you're not quite sure on a trade, just make sure that you risk a low amount. Don't trade like your 3%. Just do 1%. So at the moment, 712 is a good target to have. Obviously, price went back up. So again, 721, it opens it up more. Opens up more for you guys to take a better entry. Where is it? Okay, so today's range we're looking at for the USD. Okay, 6858, 6858. So at the moment, we've still got quite a bit to do to come back down to that price on the end of today's range. So if you did manage to catch the trend, the price at 722, you are. AUD just lost strength. Yeah, AUD just dropped 1 bar. USD stayed the same. Okay, so we may have the reversal coming up. Let me check this. Okay, so now the 5 minutes now gone into sell mode. You've still got the bar on the oscillator, but the oscillator doesn't really count for a lot. Everything's telling me it's on a sell. So we may start having a breakaway in just a couple of minutes. If any of you did take a trade on that one, obviously 722 would have been a good area to take, but obviously trying to give you the best analysis we possibly can on this. Okay. Wow. Okay, so we had a bounce back on this. Now the bounce back has finally taken over. AUD is the weakest though. So we'll leave this for a couple of minutes to see what happens. I'm going to see the rejection happening on this candle here. Let's see the rejection on it. It actually went neutral. Everything went neutral just on these two candles. We had good downtrend movement on this, and now all of a sudden the price went back up, but it's giving you the rejection. It's rejecting that price. So what is it? 748. 748, it rejected that. USD, I think, is actually gaining a little bit of strength. Hang on, USD, nothing at the moment. So USD looks like it's getting a little bit more strength on it. That trail line, obviously, candle has gone through it. So it's gone through it, bounced back. So now we're heading down. If you've taken trades on this one, obviously, if you followed the pullback, then you are winning at the moment. Entry prices were absolutely crazy on this one. So 746 would have been a good entry. 741 and 737 would have been good entries on this to come back down, because you can take multiple trades every time it stops and then comes back the opposite way. So if you are in on this, let me know, put it in the chat box, because this trade is actually dropping. Price is now going back down. We had a pullback on that last candle. That wasn't really our fault. The analysis was there. It's just the way the markets are moving at the moment. So you just have to bear with it on that. Remember, if you're not sure about one of your trades, then risk low. Or failing that, don't take it. Don't take the trade. Just wait for the next candle. Be more comfortable with what you're doing. Because at the moment, this is an absolute quality trade. So you can take 3 trades on this at the top of the candle. We waited for the pullback. And look what's happened. It's absolutely perfect. At the moment, you know, if you're sitting at 742, you're clearing by 33 points. You sat at 739, 27 points, and at 736, 24 points. So if you did get in on that, let us know, because they were pretty good trades to take. All we do is wait for that rejection. That's all we're doing. Couple of wins, yeah. I don't think today is going to be as good as it was yesterday, because the Japanese yen bought out a load of US debt. So obviously USD is probably going to be it's going to be really strong, but then the JPY is going to be really weak, because obviously they've still got to run that money through their system and all that debt. So that's why I'm trying to sort of avoid the JPY at the moment, because they can be volatile, but USD seems to be absolutely tanking this. Couple of wins. Cameron, show me your results, mate. What you got so far? Put it in there. Let's have a look. At the moment, if you take anything on it, not great. I know. Honestly, in the news, but to be honest, we're lucky to catch these trades that we've actually got. To be honest, because there's not really a lot of movement with the trends. Like as consistent trends, there's not really much of it. But this is probably the only one that I found that does look pretty half decent. I know you're still up on the week. I mean, you're still recovering from last week. It's you know, you're still up on what you've got, which is absolutely perfect. But obviously tomorrow, I wouldn't trade tomorrow, because markets are still going to be up in the air. At the moment, there may be a little bit of news on the 5 p.m. session, because we haven't, all of this will be gone. So we'll just be dealing with yellow folders. So 5 p.m. might actually be a good time for the session. But at the moment, you are okay. So let me look at the last time you put in there. So you're 1-3 already, and now you're up to 4-5. So again, you know, you're already up 3 trades on the call. So it's all good. It's all good. Let's see what we can catch on these. Remember, guys, if you're not feeling confident enough, you don't have to take the trades. It's entirely up to you. If you do, trade that 1%. Don't risk 3%, because 3% could actually be quite a big chunk out of your trading account balance. Doesn't matter if you do a call, come on a call and do 1%. Doesn't matter. It's called risk management, and you'll be saving yourself a lot of money by doing that. Okay, next candle to hit. Next candle to hit. You see, it looks so weird on the 1 minute. Okay, we're blasting. I think right. That's coming down. There's a pink label on the 1 minute. Remember, guys, you can follow the labels on the 1 minute and the 5 minute chart. The 1 minute chart does move in a bit of a faster way, but the inconsistency of it, you know, can kind of confuse you. That's why the 5 minute one slows everything down, makes you work really well on it. At the moment, this one doesn't seem to be doing as much as what I thought. So at the moment, it looks like the MACD wants to come through, but it's not doing it. Let's just check the currency strength one more time. AUD hasn't changed. It's still, USD is still 2 bars stronger than AUD. Okay, it's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. Obviously, I think today we're going to have not really a lot of lessons, but I think our biggest lesson is to know when to stop. If you are, you know, not quite sure, then stop trading for the time being. Have a look at them in the next 3 or 4 hours, because they could actually improve once all that news is gone. You know, once all this news is gone, we're sort of looking, the next lot of news is 7 p.m. So we're not going to have anything in our way at 5 p.m. At the moment, we are kind of dealing with, we're kind of dealing with all the Euro and JPY news and stuff like that. So, you know, at the moment, a lot of strength on other currencies. Come on, we need the USD to drop this. Now, if you did take a trade on this, remember the bounce back is always at the top of the candle, counting to 3 in your head, coming back down. Okay, so obviously potential trade on this. If it goes back to that point, 744, if it goes back to that point, then I'm going to take one to come back down. There is a good entry at 738, which is still a good entry, but it's a little bit risky at the moment. So if it comes back to the original price of 744, I'll take it for 3 minutes going back down. At this precise moment in time, it's sat at 732, and I'm hoping it does stay there. So what we're going to do, name of the game, catch those trades coming down. Looks like it is. Looks like it is. Okay. I'm waiting for this. I'm waiting for this thing to just go, no, I'm not having anything, just shoot down. Okay, we had a locked on price at 736. It held its position. It held 736 as a good position to come back down. So if you are reading the pullbacks as much as you possibly can, then obviously you'll sit there and you'll go 1, 2, 3, and then take it to go back the opposite way. So at the moment 736 is winning. That's a good trade to have, but it's not as good as 744. That makes sense. So if you have taken a trade on this, this looks like it's about to go in one direction, looking at the trail line. MACD wants to come through. When it does, I'll just be taking 3 minutes coming down all day long. If any of you did miss it, or you've got an entry on it, put it in the chat box for us so we can have a look, see what your entry was, so I can see where your entry price. I want to see how good the entry price actually is for you guys. If you did hit it, then well done. If you missed it, don't worry, because the price does need to come back down to a good area where we can take that trade and clear it. Don't get mad with yourselves, guys, because obviously markets are going to do this from time to time. You know, we can only give you the best analysis on this market as we possibly can, so you guys don't miss out. But at the moment, taking 3 trades on every single candle, coming down on the bounce back, taking 3 trades on that, you know, it's absolutely crazy. You're earning money just like that. I did take one at 736 to come down, because that's where it held its position. Now, if any of you did get on that one, well done, you're winning. If you missed it, let's see what the next candle does. 1 minute chart. Okay, so now we've got a little bit of consistency on the 1 minute. A little bit more consistency. We've got 3 candles coming down, a bit of a pullback. That's all right. I'm expecting pullbacks to happen on these markets, but it looks a little bit more consistent. So it's sort of kind of sorted itself out. So everything's fine at the moment. Okay. Right, 16 seconds left on that. So we've got a new candle being made now. Let's see what happens. Is that MACD? Is it going to do it? Is it going to do it? Is that MACD finally going to push through? You see how close this MACD actually is? Because if that MACD crosses over, I'm in this for 3 minutes. God. It's there, it wants to go, it's there about, just literally just holding on for dear life. Yeah. I thought you went 3-0 on that candle. What did you expect? Absolutely. God. Okay, so now Cameron's up now. Now he's 7-5. Perfect. Okay, so this one is coming down. Little bit of support for the uptrend. Do not give me support. Do not support us on this. We want this to come down. Give me the resistance. Oh, days. Come on, come on, come on. Resistance, kick in. Come on. Come on, let's do it. I'm gonna get this resistance in. Hopefully pull this candle down. Again, if you're following the bounce back, you've got entries all over the place on this. So 721 is a good entry, and so is 719. Okay, between those areas, watch those pullbacks. You saw it happen. You know that the MACD is about to cross over. The stock line's coming down to the oversold position, and USD is the strongest. It doesn't matter if it's dropped in strength; it's still the strongest. And now we're pulling candles like this. Absolutely love it. Again, guys, if you've got entries into the chat box for us, let us know what entry you took. To see if you are following the pullbacks. Actually, you know what? This is still a good position to carry on going down. I know we're in the oversold, but MACD has finally crossed over. I think we are actually in a good position for this to continuously go down. Wow, wow, wow. So cool. 715, let's write down a second. Entry 715. 715, you're still clearing a 715. Yeah, I don't think it's going to give you much hassle. But just looking at it, I don't think it will. Because we wanted to come back up. It probably would have come back up about a minute ago. Never looking at 1 minute. It's one directional trend at the moment. So if you look on the MACD in the 1 minute, it's gone through the line. So all we're going to start getting through now is a little bit more strength coming down. Not a lot, but the USD is now covering us. USD is covered at entry points at the moment. If you're watching between 721, perfect entry, 719, perfect entry, 715 now, that's a good entry to have. Obviously, the more the candle gets further away from that line, it becomes less riskier. So you're all good on that. At the moment, you are okay. Now going back to its original price down at 699 before it bounced. You let us know how if you did take a trade on this. If you're late on the entry, doesn't matter because at the moment 715 is holding its price, so we're good at the moment. 705 coming back down to 699. Doesn't want to go past 699 because otherwise we'll have downtrend rejection. I think that's what it's doing at the moment. So it's a little bit strange, but if you did take the entry, you'll clear it. 715. You should see Cameron, blimey, he's blasting it out. I love it. Cleared. There you go. There you go. Cleared. Absolutely perfect. Well done. Well done to everyone who took that trade. Again, it was only going to go in one direction at the moment. MACD, if you look, it was strong on the downtrend. Now it's coming back up. Oh my days. How long I've got left? 46 seconds left on that. If that's going red, if this MACD is going red, I'm going to see what the next candle does because that pulls it back. I'm going to get him to go back the opposite way. I'm hoping for a pullback, so I'm getting them at a good price, wait for trend to change direction. I mean, to be honest, we're lucky to get it to the oversold area because at this point I thought, no, this was going to change direction, but it didn't. Everything started coming back down. We finished our trades on some decent candles, but the candles finished as weak candles. So as long as you clear them, you know, it's all that matters. That's all that matters on this. Absolutely fine. Okay, so now looks like it's giving me a bit of it gave me a pullback on that last candle. That really just gave me a pullback at the very last. Oh my days! That gave me a pullback on that last candle 2 seconds before the candle closed. It's given me rejection all over the place. Finished up as a bullish candle, gave me a pullback on that. Obviously, now look at the trail line pointing down. MACD is now red. Stock is now coming into the oversold area. So looking at this, we're still good to come back down. Let me check 1 minute, 1 sec. Okay, so we had 2 uptrend candles or 2 bullish candles coming through the trail line. You're getting a little bit of support here for the uptrend, but that's why we do it for 3 minutes. Remember, if you're not quite sure on the trade, then take one trade at the low and risk low amounts. Do not take high. Don't take high amounts on a very high risky trade. Okay, don't do it. Because yes, if this has the potential of dropping another 10, 15 pips coming down, again, that may be another confirmation that it'd be another entry on it. 725, that was on 725. I was on a 722. Obviously, it is bouncing back. I'm hoping it doesn't cross that. Is it going to cross the line? Right, it's staying on the line. Oh my God, how long does that want to hold for? That held that price for ages on that. So it actually went, the price it went to, its current high price at the moment it was 731. It did go to 729 and come back down. It's now sat at 735. That's 732. So let's see what happens. I know that Cameron got in at 725. I managed to catch on at 722. So you got better entry, 729 and 732 at the moment. Price needs to come down. No, don't give me resistance. Don't give me support. Give me resistance. Resistance. We need to kick in. At the moment, it gave me resistance on the last 20 seconds. It gave us a little bit of resistance on that. That's why the candle came back down. Oh my days. Resistance. We need this. We need the resistance. That's it. Keep coming. Come on, guys. Fingers crossed. Let's pray for this one. I'm waiting for this one to just go plop. Resistance kicks in, it just shoots down. Oh, we're so close. My first entry was so close. Oh my days. That one cleared. My first entry cleared. Second entry at 732. Second entry 729 and third entry at 732. Resistance kicked in at the right moment where we needed it. Cameron, you must have cleared that. If anyone else cleared it, put it in the chat box for us because we want to know. See how you guys getting on. Man, we had a ton of resistance on this candle. There it goes. Remember, guys, you're following the rejection. If you were watching it, it came back up. So actually, to be fair, it held price at 736 for quite a while. So I took an entry on that one and then came down. It held price again, took another entry. Sorry, 732 it came to, took another entry. 729 took another entry. So these are clearing at the moment. 719 cleared. Well done, Selena. Perfect. Honestly, I love it. It's absolutely spot on. That trail line really does help us. First cleared. Were you telling me you took multiple, Cameron? Come on, you're going to clear the next one. Don't worry, Selena. A clearance. Don't worry. It was going to do it. Believe me. It was going to do it. Okay, so my second entry cleared. My third entry, I'm miles away from it, so we're all good. Selena, I wouldn't worry about it too much. You've won. All right. It's good. Just following them bounce backs. All you got to do. Rejection all the time. Look at the currency strength. USD gained strength. That's why we got the resistance we wanted, and it came back down. Okay, second clear. There you go, Cameron. There you go. So we can turn a horrible day into a good day. It's good. So now you're finally up. You know, those losses are nothing now. absolutely nothing. Absolutely perfect. So, guys, okay, there you go. I love it. I love it. Well done, Cameron. Well done, Selena. Well done to Kemi. Guys, it's absolutely amazing what you've done. Come on here, you know, you're not having a good day, and all of a sudden we turn that good day into an absolute good day. So I love it. I think if you are staying on the trade, I'm going to give you a little bit of a few pointers. The trail line has crossed over the top of the red candle, so the red candles are below. USD is the strongest. There's not any news on the USD at this precise moment in time, but 5 p.m. should actually be a good session as well. So if you are around at 5 p.m., jump on that session. But you managed to come on to the call, clear a load of trades, even though beforehand, Cameron, you were losing. You're absolutely losing. You come on here, you take 150 up on the set. There you go. What? No way. You ain't going to rest your heart, mate. Honestly, you knew they were going. You knew they were going. So it's all good. Okay. Okay, so it's absolutely perfect. So what I'm gonna do, okay, absolutely perfect. We are good to go for this afternoon. If any of you guys are about this afternoon to jump on, take some more trades with us. But yeah, no, honestly, it's been good. It's actually been pretty good. I was quite surprised how they actually turned out today. So if any of you haven't seen the video, the trader motivational video, I'm going to put that on now, and I'm going to end the call, and I'm going to see you at 5 o'clock. So thank you guys for coming on. Really do appreciate you guys.
The secret to success in
and we will see you at
trading.
Hang on.
Is that there
That's it. There you go. Right, I need to move that across. There you go. Okay, guys. See you at 5 o'clock.
is no secret. Making yourself a success in trading is just like success in anything else.